I'd like to call the Springfield Economic Development Agency meeting, regular session meeting.
Board Member Van Gordon. Here. Board Member Weber.
Here.
Board Member Moe.
Here.
Vice Chair Rodley.
Here.
Board Member Blackwell.
Here.
Chair Doyle.
Here.
Board Member Stout.
Here.
And Board Member Lovell.
Here.
So I'd like to read this. There is a time designated for public testimony this evening under business from the audience. If you are attending in person, please complete the request to speak card located at the front of the council chambers and turn them into the city recorder. If you are joining us online with a tablet, smartphone, or computer and wish to speak either at either of those times, please use the raise hand feature in Zoom. The order of public testimony is as follows: anyone in person in the council chambers and anyone who has a raised their virtual hand. In addition, this evening, I propose that the board hear from the applicants that have submitted lease applications for the property located at 236-240 Main Street. SEDA leadership have written 3 questions that will be posed to the applicants during the report of the chair section of the meeting. Comments and responses will be limited to 5 minutes. Is the board in agreement with this proposal? Do you have any questions? No? Okay. Great. Then first item.
First item is actually business from the audience.
So,
We did that.
business from the audience. Okay, so I have 2 cards. The first is Jenna Fribley. Thank you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me if I'm here? Okay. So I'm Jenna. I am your friendly downtown architect. My office is at 341 Main Street, our Campfire Collaborative. So we're very interested in buildings downtown and the properties that you own. I'm here today to talk about your favorite building, the Memorial Building. So see some sparks, because some of you I've talked to this about this before, but basically I really appreciate that in your sales listing that you're going through a process of kind of reviewing applications, reviewing proposed purchasers and what they want to do with the building. I'm not sure what the criteria are, if you've established any for selecting who may purchase the property, but I just wanted to kind of reinforce today that I know the building maybe isn't a looker right now, but it has a lot of potential. And it has a really important history that we need to just be very intentional with how we move forward with that property, whether you keep it or don't, or whether the new owner proposes to keep it or not. It's very, very important to remember that it's actually not a building. It's a memorial. It's a memorial in the form of a building. This was built as a war memorial post-World War II at a time when there was a movement to go away from bronze sculptures and plaques and to instead build places where the community could gather and recreate as a basically representation of what they were fighting for. And they were fighting for that freedom and that ability to have quality of life. And that's what this building represents. Or this memorial, because I just said it's not a building, but it's obviously a memorial in the form of a building. And so even if the proposal is to remove it and to replace it with something amazing, we need to really think about what we're doing to replace that memorial attribute of this property. So I, of course, want to save the building because I see all sorts of great potential there, but even if you don't, just be very careful with how we think about that, like, what can we do to make sure that it's not forgotten? So that's it. Thanks.
Thank you very much. I don't have any other cards.
No hands up for this item.
Okay. So next we have one of the applicants, Christina Rust, that is interested in the 236-240 building. You will have 5 minutes. And I don't know if you want to incorporate the questions that we have or if you want me to ask them, but I'm assuming that you have something.
I have them here.
Okay, perfect.
Good evening. I'm Christina, and that's my husband, Eric. Can you hear me okay? So the first question that you had was, how will your business benefit downtown? I just believe that it's a art and frame store, and we really enjoy the art walks, and we do a lot with Emerald Art Center. And I can just see us collaborating on things and just bringing more art to downtown. We have thought about how we would update the building, and we would do some of the garage doors would be all glass or a glass garage door. So, I mean, it would have a very different look than it does now, but I mean, we have, and some walls, we would need some other things, but so this second question was my experience in this business. I have been framing since 1995, and we've owned a store since 1999. So it's just been in my blood. I was going to the U of O when I started working part-time at a frame shop, and I just have never stopped. So we have been in several different locations. We were at Oakway Center for 8 years, and we were on Coburg Road for a while, and now we're at 5th and High Street downtown. So the last question is, why Springfield? Springfield is really home to me. I have lived here since I was 5. I graduated from Springfield High, and so did my husband. Our daughter is going to graduate on June 6th from Springfield High. Our son is a junior there at Springfield. My mom still lives in Springfield. His parents live in Springfield. My dad brought us here when I was 5, and he had his practice in Springfield. So, and just watching what you have done with it is just amazing. Like, since I've grown up here, and it's not the first time that we've thought about having our frame shop in Springfield, but the timing was just not ever right. There, a long time ago, there was a frame shop on Main Street, and I was trying to remember this earlier with my husband, but I think that it was in I can't remember exactly where it was now that it's all changed, but, and then Ducko's, he was in Springfield for quite some time. I was pretty close with him, but I would never move into his territory. So that would be the why Springfield. So I'm sorry, I'm not a very great public speaker, so I'm a little nervous.
You're doing just
but-
fine. Thank you so much for coming in.
Yes,
and
thank
talking
you
to
for
us.
giving me an opportunity.
Is there anyone who wants to comment before? Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Oh, I'm sorry.
It wasn't a question. Maybe it was a little bit more context because I didn't see this related to an agenda item and I may have missed it.
That's where I asked at the beginning. I said that in addition, this evening I propose that the board allow the applicants to submit. And then you guys, and asked for head nods, and you all said yes, and then I just said that that was the last item on the, and then we were gonna call up the applicants. Do you just not catch?
No, I caught I caught that you were coming. I apologize for being confused here. I just didn't know it was related to that we were taking action on something tonight. I mean, yeah. Okay, so just general on the conversation about our property.
Yeah, Mayor, I'll take it on this one. I did not announce that this is report of the chair, so we had moved on from business from the audience. So report
It's my
from the
fault.
chair, so that's on me. I didn't announce it.
A little arrow that says report from the chair and then has that, so.
Don't worry, they'll get me straightened out.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.
There's multiple.
Hey, so is there anyone else that has any other, well, let me see, on reports from the chair, I was wondering if Holly could come up and give us a update on the recent Glenwood Master Plan annexation.
Thank you, Chair. Exciting news. Last week, as of the 21st, the annexation has been made effective for the property in Glenwood. This means that the 21 acres of SEDA City and Roth LLC property is officially in the city's jurisdiction for the first time. The entire 23-acre site for the Glenwood Master Plan is now in the city's jurisdiction. This is an important first land use step to make sure that we can efficiently and effectively tackle the land use steps in front of us, one step closer to future development.
Excellent, thank you. So it doesn't, we don't have any committee reports, do we? Okay, great. So it looks like we're on to public hearings.
Yes, so that would be new business would be the next item. And item number 1 is a stormwater fee agreement review, and Ally Camp has that item.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, SEDA Board. Related to the announcement that I just made regarding the annexation, one of our partners for the SEDA Master Plan area in Glenwood, Roth and Roth LLC, has requested assistance with their stormwater fees. By way of annexing, they have incurred fees sooner than anticipated than they would have for their own private development. As part of doing this development cohesively and coordinated across partners, SEDA has asked folks to enter joint planning agreements so that we can tackle these land use steps together. Because of that joint planning agreement, these development partners are operating on SEDA's timeframe for the development in whole, and they are incurring fees earlier than anticipated. This agreement in front of you for approval supports Roth and Roth LLC's request for fees for a 5-year timeframe. The estimated financial impact of this fee waiver agreement is about approximately $70,000. And I'm available for any questions.
Are there any questions? I just have one real quick question, which you may not be able to answer, and I can postpone it if need be, but are they also going to be then required to connect to the wastewater service because they will be annexed into the city? And are they close enough to be able to do that? Yeah. Sorry, almost got out of here quicker. You thought you were going to get out of here unscathed.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Jeff Pascal, Community Development Director. Typically, yes, they would be annexing. I'm not certain that they have a connection close enough at this moment. It would probably be waiting on the rest of the infrastructure as part of the development area. I mean, it is out in Franklin, but that's still quite a ways from getting through their parking lot and would require a lot of pairing up.
Yeah, it certainly would. Okay, I was just curious. Thank you so much. So do we have a motion?
Chair, I move to direct the city manager to enter into a stormwater fee agreement with joint planning agreement partner Roth and Roth LLC as provided in attachment 1.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Yes, Board Member Van Gordon,
Yes.
Board Member Weber,
Yes.
Board Member Moe,
Yes.
Vice Chair Radley,
Yes.
Board Member Blackwell,
Yes.
Chair Doyle,
Aye.
Board Member Stout,
No.
Board Member Lovall.
Yes.
Is, so what is that? 3, 6, 7, 8. So 7 yeses.
7 in favor. 1
7 in
opposed.
favor, 1 no. Thank you. Next item, please.
Next item would be the Glenwood Urban Renewal Plan Amendment, and Ally Camp is here for this item as well.
Good evening, Board. Ally Camp. As part of maintaining our urban renewal plan, the SEDA Board requires amendments for when properties are required or are acquired. When properties are added to the plan, they can then be incorporated into the work that SEDA is moving forward. Amendments to the plan can come at any stage of negotiation or acquisition. The one in front of you this evening is a tiny bit preemptive, and we can do that. The proposed property to be added to the plan is included in your map attachment. It's a small 0.13 acre parcel owned by Lane County. It's currently used as right-of-way. By way of bringing this into SEDA's acquisition, we will have all of the property we need to continue with the land use work. Lane County has been a good partner with the preliminary land use work and signing on as owners. By approaching the board to request this property, it streamlines the process and makes it a little bit more simple moving forward with fewer owners. Should the board adopt the proposed resolution, this amendment will go to City Council for ratification as outlined in the Glenwood Urban Renewal Plan. And a motion is included in your AIS.
Discussion, anyone? Do we have a motion, please?
I move to adopt a resolution amending the Glenwood Urban Renewal Plan for real property acquisition.
Second that?
Can I get a roll call, please?
Yes, Board Member Van Gordon,
Yes.
Board Member Weber,
Yes.
Board Member Mo,
Yes.
Vice Chair Rodley,
Yes.
Board Member Blackwell,
Yes.
Chair Doyle, Board Member Stout,
Yes.
and Board Member Lovall.
Yes.
The ayes have an eight yes. It's unanimous there. By the end of this term, I might actually have this down. It doesn't look like we have any more items on the agenda, so I believe we are adjourned.